Alright folks, so today we are back with another reaction video. This time we are going to react to J Sai Deepak's most savage and ravage moments, and this is part 2 because we did part 1 few weeks back and it did really well. It is one of the most viewed videos on this channel, so we thought we should do it again. So here we go.
This is the culture of India, that all three South Indians are sitting and you're asked to speak in Hindi. Good.
I know what's coming. This is the Chak De moment, so to speak.
Just a small correction, sir. I'm an Indian from the south, not South Indian.
क्लाइमैक्स अभी बाकी है.
He is absolutely spot on here because see, India is a very diverse country. The only thing that unites us is our common history, the history of the land, the history of Bharat itself. That's why we should put Indian first and then everything else. And he's very spot on, and he pinpointed out what OAC was trying to do absolutely correctly, and he got him. So let's carry on.
No,
I'm just asking
you're not
you
a
a
moderator.
question. I'm asking you a question.
You are trying to become another Subramanian Swami. It will never happen in his life.
I agree that there can never be another Dr. Swami, and I don't aspire to be him as well. Let me just ask this question. कि जो ट्रीटमेंट रज़ाकर्स ने हैदराबादी हिंदुओं के साथ किया था, पाकिस्तान में हिंदुओं के साथ वही हो रहा है. Therefore, there is a specific persecution which is based on religion. जब प्रॉब्लम का बेसिस ही रिलीजन है, तो सोल्यूशन का बेसिस रिलीजन क्यों नहीं हो सकता? ये थोड़ा समझा दीजिए.
तो भारत का नहीं है,
जो मर रहे हैं उनका तो रिलीजन है.
भारत का रिलीजन नहीं है. आप मेरे को मालूम.
आप सवाल से इतना क्यों डर रहे हैं? मुझे सवाल तो पूछने
बैठा हूं
दीजिए.
The bit that got me the most is that in at the last part of he was saying सवाल तो पूछने दीजिए. That means let him ask a question, and OAC is not allowing to do that because he knows that if he allows him to ask the question, then he would have to answer, and then he won't be able to defend his stupid position, which is that India doesn't have a religion and all the massacres and everything, they should be excused and all of that. See, India is a secular country on paper, sure, but lot of the idea behind it, lot of the rules behind it, they are from a Hindu point of view. That does not mean that other religions doesn't have value in our society. Of course they have, but India is a Hindu-centric country, and this thing about secularism is that secularism itself only allows when there is a majority which is tolerant towards other religions as well. So that's how the secularism thing works, and he pinpointed that out absolutely. So yeah.
Of the Maharashtra government asking Siddhivinayak temple and Shirdi temple to part with 50% of their money for construction of hospitals. Noble intentions are infested in this path to hell. It is not wrong to use the money for construction of a hospital.
Yeah.
Will you give credit for this? That will never be
They won't
forthcoming.
give credit for it. No. Yeah, damn right. See, government wants to control all these religious institutions and the money they get, and they need to be in obligation with the government and everything. Sure, they want the money that temples get to build hospitals and everything. No problem with that. But then it comes with the fact that you also need to give credit for what's being done. The name of the hospital or something should be there to let you know that this specific community paid for this. Anyone can use that hospital, no problem at all. No matter what your religion is, what your caste is, doesn't matter. But you need to give credit for the people who have paid for it. It's that simple. Why is this an absurd thing? I don't understand this.
Second element is, you have to realize that what we think of our failures in terms of disseminating our culture and so on and so forth, making it cool, is a post-1947 phenomenon, not before that. One man went to the West and revolutionized it. Gandhi. Sorry, not Gandhi, Vivekananda. Why Gandhi? Ayyo, no way. Not Gandhi. No, sorry. Rama.
what to say here? That was. He's also very sarcastic in nature, as if you see him regularly, you would know that he uses sarcasm very, very maturely and very particularly, and he's absolutely spot on here too. And he called out Gandhi basically for what he was. That's what he was. He was basically a puppet of the West, and he was trying to, enrich those values of all the stupid things you see in today's life. He was trying to enrich those things into our culture, and obviously is calling him out for that.
I am actually surprised that in the process of talking about Sabrimala and gender, and perhaps even triple talaq, somehow we have managed to create a justification for why a woman must wear a burqa, and we should try and understand why she needs to wear a burqa. So the progressive mind says that no, even when somebody is expected to wear a burqa, you should try and understand if there is an element of, let's say, free agency in that, and she is wearing it out of her own free will. It is surprising that we don't wish to respect the sentiments of those women who want to protect the traditions of the temple, and we seem
True.
to give more importance to those sections of people who want to challenge the traditions of the temple. So all I'm asking myself is, you want to respect sentiments, then respect sentiments across the board and not selectively.
What can I say here? The basic point he's making is that if you want to apply a law, if you want to say that this particular religion or this particular religion's practices, and then they should be allowed to do their thing when they are doing their own thing, basically their own rules apply when it comes to their community, and then when it comes to our community, then you're trying to apply the secularism and everything, and then everyone should be included. No, see, every community, every religious community or whatever community is, they get to make their own rules, and if you want to be a part of those things, then you need to accept those rules, and then you need to do that, basically to say that okay, this thing applies here, but then same standard won't be applied. It's just pure hypocrisy, and he's calling out that.
Because ultimately, history is not created by people who are agreeable. History is actually created by people who are disagreeable.
True.
Who are intransigent. Who say, मैं रास्ते से नहीं हटूंगा, जो करना है कर लो. Which means you will have to either kill me
I've seen this one.
or you have to work around me. These are the only two options that you give to the rest of the world.
What can I say? That's why, if you would have watched the first part, I had made the same point basically, is that people give Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi credit for our independence and everything, but they completely ignore all the other warriors, all the Savarkars and all the other people, Bhagat Singh and all those people. Without them, this country would not have been independent, because they decided that मैं रास्ते से नहीं हटेगा. And that's why this country is independent, or not just because of what Gandhi did. Sure, that played some part in it, but all the other people who don't even get the credit they are supposed to get, they are the people who have liberated this country from the British. Their pressure and whatever acts they have done, as you must know, as an Indian, you should know these things. That's why we are independent, not just because of Gandhi's and all this satyagraha kind of thing, all these marches and everything. No, the freedom fighters, the actual freedom fighters, they were the ones who liberated this country, and he is giving credit to them. So great.
Has that happened? Okay. In light of that, I would want to use the existing levers, which are pain points, on the basis of one thing. The left and the Islamofascists on Twitter ran helter-skelter deleting their tweets the moment Nupur was being prosecuted. That's exactly what landed Zubair in trouble. The man was looking for a rock to hide under, deleting his tweets of the last 3 years. Naqvi, Sabah Naqvi, basically said, if we go down this path, what will happen to free speech? Why? Because she had made fun of shriveling a week before. Because the fear of 295A was tormenting that woman sitting in South Delhi in Chhatarpur Farms or Sainik Farms.
Who's Sabah Naqvi?
Thank you.
What to say here, honestly? I mean, see, the thing about freedom of speech, thing about all these things is that it should be applied all the way. Doesn't matter what your religion is. If you're able to criticize, if you have the liberty, if you bring up the freedom of speech when it comes to these people, when it comes to these gods, and then you're able to criticize them under freedom of speech, then why are you concerned when other people criticize your side? Why other people criticize your God? Then you are suddenly there to riot, you are suddenly able to destroy everything in the name of that. Where does the freedom of speech go then? If you want to use that argument of freedom of speech, then it should be applied all the way together, same exact way. Doesn't matter who is it, doesn't matter what God is it or what prophet is it. It should be applied same, and that's what it is. And he was talking about the Nupur Sharma controversy, by the way, if that was not added.
When Dr. Ambedkar was written, the secularism word was not there. You see, then now, by amendment to the constitution, a secularism word is inserted in the preamble. First thing we have to do to implement this uniform civil code is, we should have an amendment removing this secularism from the constitution.
The wisdom of 70 years of Indian experience is speaking. That is truly the frustrated, exasperated Bharatiya finally voicing his opinion as to what is wrong here. Now let them write letters.
This comes back to my earlier point about secularism. Yes, obviously they have added that to the amendment to the constitution. It wasn't originally there, as we know. It was added later as an amendment. And even if that is the case, this is the broader point I wanted to make, which I did earlier a bit, is that even though this country is secular on paper, this country, and we know this for a fact, that this country and its ideals are based on Hindu being a majority country. All the Hindu values are engraved in the constitution, and that has been spread throughout. The reason that this country has still stayed secular is because we have a Hindu majority. If we wouldn't have a Hindu majority, then this country would have fallen already. It would have been partitioned in 10 different ways. The peace-loving nature of the Hindu community has made this country what it is, and it has stayed together because of that majority itself. That's the truth of it. And people don't recognize this. People think, or especially the Western media and even the people in our own country, all the leftists like to think that because Hindu majority is such a problem, and no, Hindu majority is what keeping this country together. Otherwise, it would have been, as some people have said, that India ke or Hindu ke or Hindutva or Hindustan ke chinde ho jayenge, so to speak. That would have happened if Hindu community wasn't a majority in this country. Alright guys, so we are at the end of this great compilation. We all saw the ravage and savage movements by J Sai Deepak, as we always do. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys liked it, then comment down below and then we'll make more of it. So yeah, stay tuned. Bye bye.
Bye bye, Tata, goodbye, Gaya.